What's going on there, guys? We back with another one. We got to talk about Shedeur Sanders on the day, as everybody is noticing that Kevin Stefanski will not refer to Shedeur Sanders by his name, and a couple times in these post-game interviews or these follow-up interviews after the Browns games, he has changed a Shedeur question into a response talking about Dylan Gabriel, and at this point, the people just want some transparency. They want to know a reason why he's not playing. It's not good enough to say that he just isn't playing. Now, we already exposed a few weeks ago that Kevin Stefanski has the same agent, Jimmy Sexton, as all of Dylan Gabriel's collegiate coaches. And so there's an obvious conflict of interest there. But we're going to look at these clips where he will not address Shedeur Sanders by name. And Rizzo is going to crash out on him, saying it's not good enough for the people anymore, that he just isn't ready. Why isn't he ready? What have you done to prepare Shedeur Sanders? Why are the answers so vague and bland when it comes to him, but you speak with Dylan and his maturation process with such glowing words and such optimism?
If Shador is going to be your number 2 active quarterback for this weekend yet?
Well, first I'd tell you is the Joe trade took us by surprise. That was not something that we saw coming. They called us, and it happened very fast and happened not too long ago. So still working through all roster type of things. I always have to be mindful of our players and our players' development, and I want to make sure that I'm always doing what's best for our players and, of course, our team. But, with young players, I'm always thinking about last week making the change to Dylan. You have to think long and hard about that, because these are young players that you're so invested in their development. So I'll let the week play out and make a decision later on that.
A super quick follow-up on that. Why wouldn't you, just to see if it does anything to the offense, give him an opportunity to go in there and play?
Yeah, obviously my focus is where we are right now, Mary Kay. That's not my focus. When you lose like this, you have to look at everything, every position, everything I'm doing. There's just it's frustrating for where we are as a team. So every position you have to look at. But let me say that with a young quarterback, you understand that there's going to be ups and downs. Yes, it does. But I just want to make the point that we just have to be better. Are we doing enough with the quarterback position? Do we need to do a better job? And I know the answer is yes.
Just where is Shedeur at as far as his development, and do you have a timetable of when you would take a look at him?
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to speculate, Daryl. We're committed to getting better as an offense. Dylan is certainly committing to improving every which way he can, and all the while, all of our players, young players, are developing.
Now, I just wanted to play multiple instances of him turning a question about Shedeur around to answer it with Dylan Gabriel, or either giving Dylan Gabriel good feedback about, the growth process, whereas he kind of just doesn't want to acknowledge Shedeur Sanders. Never once said his name in any of the clips, right? But if they ask him about Dylan, he'll say Dylan's name back in the response. That shows that he's irritated. He doesn't like the media around Shedeur, and he's going to make it a point to diminish him any way he possibly can, right? So let's get to what Riz said, because Riz got on his top today. Let's check it out.
Every time I go on the internet, all I see is a bunch of dudes sitting around going, why are you not playing Shedeur, and why are you about it? Like they're playing the soundbite. He won't even say his name. He won't even say his name. What is that? What is that? Now, I don't want to start getting all pissed off here this morning.
I can't explain what they're doing either. You have a coach who won't even say his name. And do you realize that ever since our Justin Cooper broke the viral video interview of Shedeur, right, where he said, I'm better than what I see out there and all that, they have stationed a PR rep at all times watching Shedeur in the locker room to make sure to intercept, let's say, any interview attempt.
Playing or not playing, is in my hands. So I think based on the situation. It's if things happen, things pan out where I play, then I'll be out there and I'll be ready to play. So I'm ready to play right now.
You think they don't like when he talks?
Well, I don't know, but it just seems like that interview was a turning point in maybe in relations. I don't know, but since then, I don't think the coach has used his name once, right? And he's asked about him once or twice or 3 times a week.
Well, I just kind of want to show that, and yeah, they don't want to put the microphone in front of Shedeur now, and I want to clarify something that was said. He didn't say he's better than what's out there right now. He just said he's prepared. There's nothing wrong with a player staying prepared. You definitely want your quarterbacks always ready to go out there and perform. Anything can happen. I mean, we saw what happened to, was it? No. It was the Niners. Was it in the Super Bowl or the game before the Super Bowl? Whatever happened to them years ago, we saw all their quarterbacks go down. I think they had Debo out there slinging the ball. So I say that to say you want your quarterbacks always prepared, and so they're trying to make that be an issue with Shedeur, but everybody knows that a coach, any real coach wants their players always ready, especially at that position. If your quarterback's not ready, then that's like cutting the head off the snake. If we can't drive the ball down the field, the quarterback can't command the game, it's not going to too much matter what the defense does. The quarterback has to at least put us in scoring position to get 3. And if he can't do that, then, or he can't have ball security, or he's a nervous wreck when he comes out there, that's a recipe to fail. And I want Shedeur to keep his confidence, because this isn't about anything wrong with him as a player. He was never put into a position to succeed. This is people watching him and his father in college and saying, we're going to stick it to them when he get to the big leagues. And you even think about Matt Rule, right? Somebody who coaches Nebraska now, but he coached the Carolina Panthers. He's an NFL guy. And some of the things he was able to say prior to their game, how they got into it, some of the other coaches they faced that has NFL experience, they were pretty much speaking for the guys that Shedeur was going to later encounter in the NFL and their overall sentiment about him and Coach Prime. So they felt like they could stick it to these guys when they got them up to this level. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. They are trying to assert their dominance around the league. I know people saying, man, they want Shedeur to get on another team, go somewhere else. But me, the way I see this thing is all the teams passed him over for 5 rounds, so where exactly do we really want him to go? Maybe there's some better options, right? Maybe there's some better options. They tried to give him just the Eagles and the Ravens, which is crazy. That's crazy. But maybe there are some better options, but I still see it as every team passed over him multiple times, man. So I don't know what the future holds. Shedeur, he signed a 4-year deal with them, $4.6 million, but I want to know you guys' thoughts on this. Why is Kevin not referring to Shedeur, the man, right? The man who's competing for a quarterback position. We can't blame it on his miming interview and some of the things that they feel like he said. I mean, Shedeur is confident. He never once belittled Dylan Gabriel when the microphone was in his face. And by all accounts, the guys in the locker room love him. So why can't you just refer to him like you referred to Dylan Gabriel and give him that human decency and respect? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, though. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.
Skip tweeted something, and although I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down.
I'm not going to take it down.
I cannot even get to a monologue without you interrupting me. I cannot even get to a monologue without you interrupting me. I cannot even get to a monologue. Let's go, Jen. Interrupting me. I cannot even get to a monologue. Skip every time. Skip every time I see every time I see him, it's on sight.